Making homemade pizza is a delicious and fun activity. Here's a detailed step-by-step guide to making your own homemade pizza. Ingredients: pizza dough, store-bought or homemade, pizza sauce, mozzarella cheese, shredded or sliced, toppings of your choice, e.g., pepperoni, mushrooms, bell peppers, onions, olives, olive oil, salt, flour for dusting. Equipment: mixing bowl, measuring cups and spoons, rolling pin, baking sheet or pizza stone, parchment paper, optional, pizza cutter or sharp knife. If using store-bought dough, follow the instructions on the packaging to let it come to room temperature. If making homemade dough, here's a basic recipe. Ingredients for homemade pizza dough: 2 1/4 teaspoons, 1 packet, active dry yeast, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 cup warm water, around 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 43 degrees Celsius, 2 1/2 cups all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons olive oil, 1 teaspoon salt. In a small bowl, dissolve the yeast and sugar in warm water. Let it sit for 5 minutes until it becomes frothy. In a large mixing bowl, combine the flour and salt. Make a well in the center and pour in the yeast mixture and olive oil. Mix the ingredients with a spoon or your hands until they come together to form a dough. Transfer the dough to a floured surface and knead it for about 5 minutes until it becomes smooth and elastic. Place the dough in a greased bowl, cover it with a clean kitchen towel, and let it rise in a warm place for about 1 to 1.5 hours, or until it doubles in size. Preheat your oven to the highest temperature it can reach, usually around 500 degrees Fahrenheit, 260 degrees Celsius. If you have a pizza stone, place it in the oven while preheating to ensure it gets hot. While the dough is rising and the oven is preheating, prepare your desired toppings. Slice any vegetables, cook meats if needed, and shred or slice the cheese. Arrange the toppings in separate bowls for easy assembly. Once the dough has doubled in size, punch it down to release any air bubbles. Transfer it to a floured surface and divide it into portions if you want to make multiple pizzas or keep it as a single ball for a larger pizza. Take one portion of dough and flatten it with your hands, shaping it into a round disc. Start from the center and work your way outwards, stretching the dough gently. Alternatively, you can use a rolling pin to roll out the dough. Dust the rolling pin and surface with flour to prevent sticking. Roll the dough to your desired thickness, keeping it even across the surface. Carefully transfer the assembled pizza to the preheated oven. If using a baking sheet, place it directly on the oven rack or use a pizza peel to slide it onto a preheated pizza stone. Bake the pizza for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the crust is golden brown and the cheese is bubbly and slightly browned. Keep an eye on the pizza during baking to prevent it from burning. Cooking times may vary depending on the thickness of the crust and the toppings used. Once the pizza is cooked to your liking, remove it from the oven using oven mitts or a pizza peel. Allow the pizza to cool for a few minutes before cutting it.